Back to square one. That's where the city says it is after a conflict of interest derailed the selection process for who would run a new shelter. The city says it needs to start over because of the breach, since taxpayer funds will be used to open the shelter. Esther Bauer explains why this happened and where we are now.
Some of the people tasked with recommending a provider were also involved with one of the submitted proposals. She's getting ready to reopen the request for proposal process, while the city council president says they're getting ready to make recommendations. Brianne Beggs tells me today he isn't convinced the warehouse on Trent would even work effectively. He says he wants more shelter locations throughout the city. The mayor says they've exhausted nearly 100 locations and doesn't think that would be possible. Since the process was compromised, Beggs says city council is getting involved to guide what comes next.
We're going to pass a resolution likely on Monday to make some adjustments. So when the administration goes back out for requests for proposals, there'll be proposals that are likely to be approved by council and the COC board.
Beggs says he'd like to see the warehouse on Trent house fewer people. He also wants to see a drive-in fenced location for people sleeping in their cars and small pallet shelters for 1 or 2 people. The mayor says she's still moving forward with the Trent location. Larry Stone is the developer who owns the property. He tells me today he is disappointed with where we are now. He says we cannot hold this building for the city for an indeterminate time. Given the fact that the city apparently has to do a new RFP for the providers, there seems likely to be at least 3 or 4 weeks of delay. If the city council does not promptly on the zoning issue, then I will probably have to lease the building to a private party. I love my city and I desperately want to help it, but I do not have the power to overcome obstruction in the city council or other obstructions. Now, Stone says he has other people ready and willing to lease the space. With each passing day and more delays, it looks like people who don't have a safe place to go will still be sleeping on the streets. Reporting in studio, Esther Bauer, 4 News Now.